How the heck did I end up in the middle of the countryside in the south of Colombia, close to the Ecuador border? This was not planned. This all happened within 24 hours of when I moved to Mexico, when I moved back to Mexico. Out exploring by myself. My friend said I was allowed to cross over into people's properties, so that's what I'm doing. But I'm crossing this barbed wire fence. Colombian style. Just coming through there, you know, no biggie. I have no idea. Why is this zoomed in? I don't know where I am, what I'm doing, but that's okay. Holy shit. Just enjoying the ride, enjoying the adventure. Yo, where am I? So look at, I'm climbing up there, but like these mountains just keep going up and up and up and up. But the terrain, it's literally like The Hobbit. It reminds me of Frodo Baggins and The Hobbit. But yeah, so once I get over here, I'm sure there's another hill to climb. Sure, I'll find some cows. There's a house up there. So I think this is someone's property, but in Colombia, everyone just goes on everyone's property. I mean, where I am, so I don't know. So this looks like the road. There's a school. Also, like the elderly people walk this. Oh shit, you guys. Am I in a danger zone? So the cows are over there and I'm just sitting down here because I need to run my butt all the way down there and cross a barbed wire fence if one of them decides to charge at me, which I don't think so. They're so cute, but I've never been around bulls and I don't know this property. This is like the first time I've walked over here and I'm by myself, so I don't know if I want to risk it for the brisket. I don't know. I'm just sitting down here and they're up there. I'm just chilling. I wanted to come outside to do a video and explain how the heck I even ended up in the countryside in Colombia. That literally was that happened in less than 24 hours. Like, I had no plan to come here and I ended up here the very next day. Yeah, we're gonna get into that right here. Okay, and a huge rainpour is coming. I can see it. I can like see this huge, oh, my phone's getting wet. You know, I gotta run back to the house, so I guess we're gonna be doing this in the house. It's so beautiful here though. Like, it's literally magical. That's a cow. Look it. I need to go. It's gonna like pour. It's seriously like out of a freaking fairy tale, the mountains here and how the terrain is what I was saying. So beautiful, and it just keeps going up. Like the other day I went across to a different mountain and I walked up for an hour and it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up until you get to the volcanoes, and they have like 3 volcanoes around here. I've documented quite a bit of it, which I'll be showing later on, but I'm going back to the place so I can explain how the friggity heck I ended up in Colombia. I am so lucky. My phone rolled down the hill and went on the other side of the barbed wire. I'll show you where it was, and I just kept saying, oh, it's gonna be easy, it's gonna be easy, it's gonna be easy, I'll get it. It fell from up here and rolled all the way down into there. I just like prayed for it to be to be able to get it, and I was able to get it because this is like, I can't go down there. It's a drop off down there. So I'm so lucky. So thank you, universe, for helping me. It's raining, so I came back up here and the cows are over there. I feel like I need to go up. So that's what I'm doing. And you guys, you can always call upon like spirit or the universe or God or nature energies to help you with something like that, because when my phone was rolling, I like call on the nature energy sometimes and I just said, please don't let it fall. Like, I need my phone. I was being a little careless, to be honest. I put it on a barbed wire fence to prop it up for a video, and it rolled off and it stopped right at the edge of the cliff. And then I was like, please help me get it because it's over the barbed wire fence and I don't know what to do. And I just sat there. I just heard like an exterior voice in my head saying, there's a branch behind you, grab it and break it off, like kick it. And so I kicked this tree and a huge branch came down, and then I used that branch to reach over, and it was the perfect length. I didn't even cut myself on the barbed wire or anything. When you can really connect in and tune into nature and energy, you're able to receive answers. In my head, I just heard a voice saying, no, like put it under and flip it left. And I was like, ooh, that's really scary. It's right on the edge of a cliff, and there's no way I'll be able to get this if it drops, because it goes down into a creek. And I did it, and it like flipped and came right up, and I was like, oh, thank you. But yeah, that's just a side story. There's so many different ways to tune in and connect in with the universe, spirit, animals, nature, all these different types of energy. If you believe in Jesus, everything exists. So whatever you believe in, call into that, tune into that energy, and you will have unlimited resources to things. It's really cool. That was just my little adventure coming up to the mountain to take this video with the cows. And you know, the cows are right in front of me and they're fine, and I know inside that I'm fine with animals and nature. Always, I'm always safe. But in my head I was being like, oh my god, I've never been around bulls and cows, like I'm scared and I'm by myself and I'll need to run down the freaking hill and hop over a barbed wire fence if anything happens. But that's like, we're programmed to think of the worst case scenario for everything, and you need to remind yourself, like, you are one with nature. Connect into that, and you will always be led where you need to be, and you're always in the right place at the right time if you allow yourself to be in the right place at the right time. If you don't think you are, you're not gonna be. So I calm myself down, and the cows are just so peaceful, and I know I'm fine. And there's like a bird sitting with me too, right here in the tree beside me. I love nature. Really, if you're feeling overwhelmed with things and you can't get out of your head, get your butt out in nature. You will reground yourself so fast. Yeah, so in this video, I'm going to talk about really quickly how the heck I even ended up in Colombia. This was actually an unexpected manifestation. Another video, I'm going to go over connecting in with energies, because yes, I talk a lot about manifestation, but there's so much more. There's literally every single thing that exists. Like anything that you could possibly think of exists in another dimension, in another world, and you are able to tap into these things when you get into a meditative state, if you do a meditative practice. And I'll probably talk about that more later on, but the reason I even brought that up is because I just asked for help and I had like all the answers instantly. Especially when you're in nature, things happen so fast. And since being in Colombia in the mountains here, I've been like, Pachamama has really been connecting with me, which is like, I don't know too much about Pachamama. I only know about Pachamama because I went to Peru when I was 19 and did an ayahuasca retreat, and it really changed my life. And the shaman told me that once you do an ayahuasca session, Pachamama will always be with you, and you can connect and call upon the Pachamama, which is like the mountains in Colombia, Ecuador, Peru. My friend, actually, we can talk about that because that's his like indigenous culture, so he can talk about that in another video. But yeah, I've been having like very intense walking meditations or sitting meditations. Not even that I mean to, but I just like end up in a trance somewhere else. Like, it's so intense. It's so incredible. And even like the host family I'm staying with, they're like so into being outside in nature and connecting with nature and going for hikes. And people that are 70 years old are walking up and down the mountains every single day, milking the cows, like feeding the chickens and the hens. And it's like countryside living, like farm life living. Like if I was in like the 80s, that's what it feels like. Everyone's riding dirt bikes and everyone's just walking to the village, and everything is made here like fresh daily. It's so incredible. And the grandparents are so freaking active. They're like as active as the kids, and they're just full of life. It's so beautiful. Okay, I know this video is all over the place, but I just have so much to say, and I've been so freaking busy that I haven't been able to put a video together. It's just been sharing on my Instagram stories, and quite a few people are like, Veda, why don't you ever share your adventure stories? Because that is what I live for. Like, I live for crazy adventures, and when I don't have that, I feel lost. Like, that is my purpose in life, is to show people, like, to just show people that crazy, impossible things are possible. Like anything you want can happen, and that is my purpose in life. I know that because I'm always hopping around exploring things, and all of my stories are like so unnormal. Like they're like movies. Like my stories are so freaking crazy. Like it worries people, but it's like I love it. I love adventure. I love crazy shit. I love to have fun. I love to explore. I don't like going to touristy areas. I like exploring things that people have never, like people where I'm from have never seen before, and I like to document, and I just like proving people wrong. Before I moved to Mexico, everyone's like, oh no, it's so dangerous, blah blah blah, like you can't even leave Canada. And you know what, I left Canada perfectly fine. I stayed in Mexico. People said I had to leave to get a residency. No, I got a residency simply. Basically, all my stories have been like, oh, if you do this, something bad is gonna happen, or you can't do that because of so and so, or because of this and that. But I just like to prove that yeah, anything's possible, and yeah, you can have crazy adventure stories and still be completely fine. That's just me. That's just what I love. So if you get anything out of that message, do what the fuck you love, and always the universe will make a way for you, because you are put here for a reason, and that reason is to follow your highest excitement and desire, and there is nothing that can stop you from having it, because that is literally meant for you. That is why you came here, to explore and experience, and your desires were put here for you by you before you incarnated into a freaking flesh suit, a human body suit, because we are all energy and we're experiencing a human experience. So follow your highest excitement, and no matter what, things will always work out. This world is not logical, so stop thinking logically about things, okay? If you want something, you can have it. But don't expect to find out how you're going to get it. Things just happen magically, because that is how things work. If you want something, focus on what you want. Don't worry about the how. It will happen. The universe will figure it out for you. Just focus on what you want and what makes you happy. For example, this is a crazy example. I have so many crazy stories from Mexico that I haven't shared on here, but like on my Instagram stories, so all of my OG friends and followers know how crazy my stories are. But yeah, for example, I came into Cali in Colombia for the first night. Also, I did not like, okay, I'm gonna wait to tell you guys that story because I did not expect to even come here. But the very first night, met someone, and this was in the nighttime in Cali, which is like, it's like not the safest is what people say, but I'm like, I always listen to my intuition. I just trust it. Everything's always fine. I always get the coolest freaking adventure stories. Like, I met someone and I just wanted dinner, and then they came and visited me. I think it was like the restaurant owner or something, and they were visiting me, and they're like, oh, like, I'll show you around. And I knew it was fine, but I was like, no, I'm tired. But also at the same time, I kind of wanted to, but my head was like, nah, you're tired. Why don't you just go to bed so you can get up early and just be logical and be normal and follow a schedule. But my heart was like, oh, that would be so cool to get a ride around town, like in Cali. Cali's like a big city here in Colombia. And anyways, I ended up going. It was the coolest freaking time of my life. I got to explore the city. This was all at like 10 at night. I ended up staying out until 2 p.m. Got a whole tour of the city with this guy, and I even got to see the Estrella, which was like at one point the most dangerous place in all of South America. It was cool. We couldn't go up because I guess they walk around with rifles at night, but this stuff just gets me so excited because I love seeing things. I love knowing, like, how did this even start? Like, why did this even happen? I like seeing the other side of things, not just like, oh, like, you can't go there, it's dangerous, you can't see it. Well, I went and saw it just fine with some guy I met, and this is like the things that I like, and these are my manifestations because I love adventure. I love exploring things. I like seeing crazy things, like, and I like knowing why things happen. I love knowing history, like how everything began, why it started, why was this area dangerous, like what even happened. I didn't learn any history in the Canadian school system, and it's so interesting to learn like that this there's a lot of people are from Africa in Colombia, and a lot of people are from Spain, because think Spain tried to colonize or did colonize here. I don't really know history. My friend is teaching me about it, so we can talk about that in another video. But that's the stuff I like. Why am I sharing this? Don't be afraid to do what you're passionate about, even if you get like hate from other people, because yeah, I get that, like, oh, that's so dangerous, you shouldn't be doing that. I've been doing it my whole life and I love it. I love adventure. I love crazy things that people can't even comprehend happening. I love spontaneous things, and this is gonna lead me into how I even ended up here, because when I don't explore or do something new, I get really bored. I always, like, my mind needs to be stimulated constantly. I'm a Gemini and I love to learn, and if I'm not learning something really new that I'm fascinated about, I get bored, and when I'm bored I feel depressed and lost in life. And this is also should be a good sign. Like, if you're depressed or feeling sad, ask yourself why. It's probably because you're not doing what you want to do. And that took me a long time to realize. Like, I love exploring, I don't like traveling. I like adventure. I like exploring. I like crazy things that people didn't think were possible to happen, or magic and manifestation and connecting in with energies and going into meditation and calling upon gods and goddesses and connecting in with that energy and seeing the impossible become possible in front of your eyes. I love all of those things. And just exploring the earth, and there's just so much that nature and history and culture has to offer us, and I live for that. And exercise as well, pushing your body past its limits. So how the heck did I end up in the middle of the countryside in the south of Colombia, close to the Ecuador border? This was not planned. This all happened within 24 hours of when I moved back to Mexico. So I was in Playa del Carmen, and you know what? I was trying to find a place to live for a while. I was gonna do a house sit and maybe sit some dogs, to do something new, because there's like house sitting opportunities, so you get to travel and you can watch after people's pets, which is so cool. I love animals. But none of the places felt right, even though logically I was like, oh, I could go there, but like inside it did not feel right. So I just ended up going to Playa del Carmen for a bit, and logically it made sense for me to stay there and, you know, just do some more workout stuff and start posting more workout routines and continue on with my manifestation content and stuff like that. But I was not fulfilled. I really felt lost and bored, and I just didn't feel good. And I went for a walk on the beach at night and took off my shoes, because it's really important to ground yourself and connect into the earth's energy with your feet in the sand or on the grass, etc., grounding yourself. And I looked up at the sky, the moon was out, and I was like, you know what, universe, I'm ready for the next big adventure, because I don't know what it is. I can't figure out logically what to do anymore. I have no idea what to do. I'm ready for the next big thing. So I got back to my place, and I was on Instagram, and this page showed up. It was like World Packers or something. Basically, you volunteer abroad, and you get to experience like new cultures and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's cool, but not like I wanted to do that, because I don't really like staying at other people's houses. But I was looking through it anyways, and this one caught my eye, about, like, I thought it was in Medellin. And I didn't even plan to go to Colombia. I wanted to go to Africa, but I wasn't really sure what I was doing, because I just didn't have any passion for anything, and I was just confused. So that's why I reached out to the universe and asked for help. But there's this one that just like popped up immediately when I was looking through their page, and it was like a cultural exchange, and there wasn't like anything special, but I just felt my heart chakra just go, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll try it. It could be interesting. But the more I like read it, even though like logically I was like, this makes no sense, like why would I, like, yeah, it's cool to do a cultural exchange and exchange language and stuff, but that's not really my thing. Like, I don't like hostels, and I've never stayed with anyone. Like, it's kind of weird, but my heart chakra was on freaking fire, and I just felt excitement. And so I paid the subscription just to apply for this one thing. It's actually really cool if you guys want to travel and volunteer. There's so many different like opportunities you can do, like animal care, or like volunteer, like teaching languages, exploring. You could stay in hostels, or there's like shared dorms and private rooms, etc. Go check out their page, it's cool. not sponsored or anything, because I don't even know if I'd do it again, but it led me here and it's gonna start pouring. But I need to tell you guys this story because this is how things happen. Yeah, because I felt like my heart chakra on fire and so much excitement only for this one thing, even though logically I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, I had no plans to go to Colombia. I actually wanted to go to Lake Atitlan in Guatemala and be there for a bit, or go to Africa. I didn't even plan to go down to Colombia. And yeah, so I'm thinking it's in Medellin, and I reached out to him and I was like, so are you like, can I come tomorrow, because I'm gonna book a flight tomorrow. And this was at like, I think it was at like 10 at night or something, I don't know, it was late in the night. And they reached out so immediately, and I wasn't expecting it. Like, I thought maybe they were gonna plan it for like a few weeks in advance. They're like, oh, you're coming tomorrow, cool, like, let's figure this out. And I was like, oh shit, like, I'm going tomorrow. Didn't even realize that I had all these things to apply for to even get into the country. Like, I just I booked the flight and had no idea, like, anything. Didn't look into Colombia. I ended up, actually, the place that I'm staying at now is not even near Medellin. I had to book to Cali, and then after Cali took a 12-hour bus and then stay another night, and then the host family picked me up. So basically it's like a cultural interchange, so I'm just helping like teach the kids, and we're exchanging culture and stuff. But it is way more than I could have ever thought. And so far it's been the most spontaneous freaking crazy adventure. Like, I had no idea I was going over here. I just took a flight to Cali, had the bus, and this was literally all happened the next day. And I've just been going like 4 days nonstop traveling to get to this place, because all these random weird things kept happening. Like, there was traffic, and I ended up having to stay 2 nights at different places because it's just like crazy adventure stuff that I absolutely love. Like, it's so fun for me to just have like this random crazy shit happen. So it's just been so much more than I could have ever expected. And the family I'm staying with is like, it's like I'm a part of their family now. Like, it's not just an exchange that I did. It's like I'm living with a family that I get along with, and it's just, I feel like I'm a part of the family, and they take me everywhere. And it's just completely blown my expectations. Like, just me reaching out, asking the universe for help, and it just happened like that because I said I was ready. All I did was I said, universe, I'm ready. And I was just scrolling on my Instagram that night. Something, like, my heart chakra pulled me to something. I felt like super excited, even though logically nothing made sense. I just listened to the excitement, and I ended up here. And it's been crazy. I think I've been here 5 or 6 days now. It's been crazy, amazing, like, incredible, like, life-changing. So happy. And it's like the universe wanted me to come back here because I feel so connected to Pachamama and the energy here. Like, it's been a full moon, and I got to lay out at night in the full moon and like have all of these like trance meditate. It wasn't even like I was just laying outside with my friend, because so it was like the boy that had the volunteer opportunity, but I'm staying with the family. And so now we're like really good friends, and we were out just talking about spiritual things and manifestation under the moonlight. And I just like went into a trance and like had all of these incredible things happen that normally I need to go into a meditative state and get my, like, put in some work to connect in. There was no work. I literally slipped into a trance meditation so easily. And it was like I was in another world, but I was not sleeping or astral projecting or lucid dreaming. It was just a trance state. Like, it's the energy here is so incredible. And just being in nature, like, I'm high up in the mountains surrounded by volcanoes, and this is like indigenous land too. It is so special. So in the next couple videos we're going to be talking about some of that stuff. I have videos I've taken of like me milking cows and doing crazy weird things here so far, which I'm going to share with you guys. I'm using the Instagram thing so it cut off and I don't remember what I was saying, but I mean, when I say that I came back here, I went to Peru, and the energy is very similar. I think my friend was saying that the south part of Colombia was, oh shit, there goes the barbed wire. The south part of Colombia was actually a part of Ecuador, which is why the indigenous culture is the same. So the south part of Colombia is completely different than the north side of Colombia. And you can just feel the energy here. It's so incredible. Like, everything just worked out perfectly. so fast. And it's neat because they're also into manifestation and, you know, spiritual energy and connecting in with nature and the elements. And it's like, he is indigenous, his culture is indigenous, so I'm learning about these ancient cultures as well, and I'm able to share some of my experiences. So it's really cool, like, spiritual exchange. And also he was telling me, like, his sister manifested a brand new red bike because she was scripting it. And this is like the stuff I talk about on my channel, like manifestation, scripting methods, visualization, and all of these things. And it's just perfect. Like, I met people that are doing, like, into the same things that I am, and it's just so incredible. Like, the universe once again has blown me away. But yeah, I've literally gotten everything plus more, like way more than I even asked for. All of these crazy adventures, every single day is a new adventure and something crazy happens, and I love it. I love living like this on the edge and seeing magic happen before my eyes. When you allow things to come in, you will be mind blown at, like, the possibilities and the magic of the universe. Remember, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So when you allow yourself to tap into your original essence, because we're all one with the universe, we're all connected, we are all a part of the same energy. And when you allow yourself to connect back into that, miracles, magic, crazy, mystical, miraculous things will happen. Yeah, so it's been quite an adventure. And I'm gonna share some of my Instagram stories now, so you guys can see, like, just some crazy fun things. Maybe a little bit about the school. I have so many videos I've taken because I've gone, like, to a billion places in the past 5 days. Like, I've just been nonstop. No way. The cow just came down here. What the heck was that? Here we go again. Adventure round 10,000. There's a cow that just stuck its head out between the trees, like, across from me, and went meow. He's agreeing with me and he's wagging his tail. It just freaked me out because I didn't know what it was. I'll be sharing about the culture and stuff as of the next little bit. And yeah, you guys, when you travel or you get out of your own culture, it really changes you as a person. You realize, like, holy shit, like, people live a different way, and it's so beautiful. The world is really a beautiful place. Like, I'm in a place that people are like, oh, narcos, cocaine, Pablo Escobar, whatever. Here, the people are so fucking kind. And yeah, I need to swear because I have been blown, like, I am still mind blown about how kind and loving people are here. Like, when I first got to Cali, so many people kept saying, amiga, 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 like, chica, like, look, watch your things, because people, like, it's normal for people to run by and grab things and run away, which that has never happened to me. But I sometimes am not really paying attention to my things because I'm like, la-di-da-di-da, looking at everything and my stuff is over here. That yeah, but so many people, like, tapped me on the shoulder and was like, grab your things, please, like, I don't want you to get robbed. Like, people were so kind. And even the taxi driver, like, I had big bills and he didn't even want to exchange it, so he took, like, a little bit less because he didn't feel like exchanging the bill. And I was like, are you serious? Like, I can just give you this and you can exchange. He's like, nah, don't worry about it. Like, and, like, I'm a gringo, like, no ripped off. Like, people are just so freaking kind here. And everyone was so helpful. Even at the airport, everyone was so kind to me, asking if I needed help with anything. And I didn't feel like a tourist or anything. And I kept, like, explaining that I'm still learning Spanish, so I don't know fluent Spanish. And it is so different Spanish here than Mexico. It's like there's so many different words than Mexico, and accents. There's accents when people speak Spanish, especially because some people are from Africa, some people are from Jamaica, some people are from Brazil. Like, people are from all over here. So it's just like, and different cities have different accents and different dialects and all of these things. So it was, like, a little bit difficult for me to understand. And people were like, oh no, don't worry about it. Like, no one even didn't really care. They were just so kind to me, to be honest. And it's just been a freaking magical, wonderful experience because I allowed myself to connect in with the universal energy. I asked for help, and I followed my intuition and path of highest excitement. And that's what you need to do sometimes. It's just ask for help. Call upon the universe. The universe has all the answers. Everything you could ever want, you can have. You just need to allow yourself to receive the guidance And basically it's following your heart chakra and your intuition and what excites you. And do not think logically, because things will never make sense logically. It's not a logical planet. And having a positive mindset and knowing, not just trusting, but knowing who you are, what you are, that you are one with the universal energy. We are all of the same energy. Knowing that, remembering who you are. And knowing that no matter what you do, where you're at, whatever's going on, it's for a reason. Everything's for a reason. If it's something bad, it's because it's redirecting you to where you want to be. And you need to realize that there is always better for you. There's better out there. If you're upset and you're not happy, that's because you're meant to be somewhere way better than where you're at now. And you need to listen to those emotions and listen to what the universe is telling you. The universe, your world, is a reflection of your inner state of being. So if you don't like what you're seeing on the outside, you need to go within and connect in with your energy, your higher self, with God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. You need to tap into that, and you will receive all the answers, and you will be redirected to a better, happier path, or wherever you want to be, wherever you're meant to be. And wherever you're meant to be is going to be the happiest, most exciting, most fun path for you. Anyways, I think that's enough of my update for you guys. I'm just exploring Colombia right now, living my best life, because I asked the universe. I told the universe I was ready. I was ready for the next big adventure, and I'm on my next big adventure. And so I'm going to be sharing that with you guys. It's been so interesting, so life-changing so far, of all of like the cultural things I'm learning, the animals, making cheese from scratch, making empanadas, I went into a tree house for the first time, cooked up on the top of a mountain. This has all been within 5 days, you guys, so it's been pretty cool. And remember that if you see something that someone else is doing that you're like, wow, I wish I could be doing that, that is a sign to you from the universe, from your higher self, saying like, that could be you. If that is what you want, if that is what excites you, you can do that too. That's why there's people out there of all sorts of energies and types of people doing different types of things. When you see someone else and you envy them or you're jealous of them, you're telling yourself you can't have that. But if you see someone and you're like, wow, I wish I could be them, that is your sign from the universe saying you can have that. Every single thing, from nature, from humanity, from just things happening, is a reflection of your inner self. So remember that. If you see something out there that you like, tell the universe or your higher self, that is what I would like. Put me on that path, please. And follow your intuition, follow the signs, follow the guidance. It's actually very easy. Just listen to what excites you and ignore the freaking ego, because that is just old programming from society. If you want it, you are meant to have it. Truly, you're meant to have it. And if you don't know what you want, go on a walk out in nature and talk to the universe, to your higher self, to spirit, to nature, to the energy, whatever you believe in, because everything exists. So whatever you choose to believe in, that is totally fine. Ask for help, ask for a sign. Just be like, you know what, I actually don't know what my passions are. Can you please show me my passions? And make sure you're like grounded, you're in nature, you're not on your phone, you're just truly connecting into the universe. Ask for help. Universe, I don't know what my passions are. Please show me. And then allow the signs to come in. Allow yourself to feel and trust the excitement. That is absolutely it, you guys. Be your inner child again. Be how you were when you were a child, just curious and adventurous and not caring what anyone said, just doing your own thing. Being a crazy little monkey child, just running around, living your best life, not having a care in the world, and live life like that. Kids always get what they want. Have you noticed that? It's true. Like when kids really want something, they usually always get what they want. Why? Because they're so stubborn in the head. They're like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Give it to me. I'm getting it, I'm getting it, I'm getting it. Woohoo! And they're just like so high off of life. Be that way, you guys. We need to live like kids again. And the world will be your playground. And with that being said, I love each and every one of you so, so much. And I hope you're all doing well. And please take my advice. Connect in. Follow your joy. Follow your intuition. Ignore the ego and everything will always work out perfectly for you. Better than you could possibly imagine. Like, you cannot even imagine, you can't comprehend how things are going to turn out for you. They're just going to turn out magically if you just trust and listen to that. The fire in your heart, the passion in your heart. Okay? Yeah, so now I'm just going to post some stuff from my Instagram story and a little bit of this and that for fun. Also want to mention, if you have any questions or you want to contact me, you can reach me via email in the link below. Also, you guys, if you have any questions about Colombia or the culture or the indigenous traditions of Colombia and Ecuador and Peru, etc., whatever, feel free to leave it in the comments below and I can add it in the next video. Can I speak? Because I absolutely love sharing these things with you guys. So always, if you have questions, comments, anything, leave it in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. And with that being said, all the craziness is coming up. Peace.